As I thought about what to do for this video, as we all sit here on the outside looking in as the NHL playoffs are underway, I thought of a few ways on how to describe this year. This dreadful, terrible year. And for some reason, this movie title came to mind. The Mean Season. Because that's just what this season was. It was just mean. Mean to all the Canuck fans waiting to actually pick up where we left off last summer. The season that never really fully got started. A season full of hope and expectations and promise. So many good things to build off of after losing to the Oilers, but almost beating them in Game 5. But yet, none of that happened. We were just left with a season that this poster sums up. A mean, mean season. This might be one of the worst seasons in Vancouver Canucks history, and that is saying a lot. And sure, there were some good highlights this year. They played great at the end of the year. Quinn, Hughes, obviously, Lankinen, Suter, Sherwood, DPD, and some of the other young guys that showed up this year. A lot of good things. Some good things to keep us interested. But yet, there were some very bad times this season. But as I took stock of this season, of what we experienced, I wondered where it might rank in the all-time worst Canuck seasons. Now I know we're looking for good news or positivity, but this almost needs to be done to give us some context of how and why we're feeling what we're feeling. So let's go back. Let's revisit some painful memories and see where this season lands. And I know this is not a lot of fun, but I almost need to for my own sanity, and this is cheaper than therapy. To get the list started, what about 1995? After Game 7, the finals. The team looked great, but we lost players to free agency, then there was the lockout, then the crushing sweep by the hands of Chicago in round 2 of the playoffs. Terrible season as a young Canucks fan who just really wanted more of 94. 2012. Same thing after the 2011 finals. Same but different. Again, we all wanted more of what we saw in 2011, but it was not to be. Horrible because based on the expectations of reaching the finals and the team that we had, we were crushed again in 2012. How about 1997-98, the Messier and Keenan era? Need I say more? Trading away Trevor Linden, which ripped out the hearts of many Canuck fans, myself included, and it did take a while for some of us to recover. Yes, I know that we got Bertuzzi and McCabe, and then Daniel Sedin resulted from that trade, but it was a pretty dark time for Canuck fans. The 1997-98 season again, trading away Kirk McLean. (1998-99), trading away Pavel Bure. Again, need I say more? That season was also horrible because the on-ice product was terrible. A truly terrible season. Here's a curious one. How about every season that Cam Neely played after he was traded away? Also, if you didn't realize, that deal was the reason we never had a chance to pick Joe Sakic in that draft, that Joe was available in the NHL entry draft. But he went so far down the list, we probably wouldn't have picked him anyways. 2013-2014, the Tortorella Experiment. That one was entertaining more than anything and truly represented a chance for change based on how the next couple of seasons went after the 2011 finals. But again, not to be. Oh, and for you kids playing along at home, Google Bill LaForge and that experiment. Still again in 2013-2014, trading away Roberto Luongo after the Heritage Classic debacle. What about the year after the 2019-2020 bubble playoffs? What happened to that team? Kind of similar to what happened to this team this year. Or let's go back to the days of the West Coast Express and ending the season with a choke. But this year was different. To me anyways. It felt more personal. And this season, as far as the worst seasons, ranks very high on the list. All-time worst? Maybe. This one felt yuckier. A drawn-out, yucky saga. And here's why, from my perspective. With all the drama, Miller, Pettersson, there was no news. And then there was more no news. And then, again, no news. That was an experience I don't care to ever go through again. Not as a fan, not with this team. The pieces of rumors and whispers, it didn't even make it worthwhile to dig into because no one was confirming anything. You could go on Reddit or you can go on X and try and piece things together. There are some good breadcrumbs now through articles coming out. And then today, Monday, April 21st, a little bit more news. But in order to make it worse, the team was playing terrible. It's not like anything that happened with Miller's absence or PD taking time off and coming back. No one came back playing better. So it made no difference in the overall results of this team. If it wasn't for great performances by certain individuals this year on this team, this season would have been a write-off, and I think we would have been competing for a top 6 pick. And at least we would have been in the lottery for the top pick overall. After that, I really don't know what to say about this because there is no one that can actually confirm in the media or in the fan base of definitively saying what actually happened. And again, as of today, there's no news, except for the little fact that Jim Rutherford said and confirmed that JT Miller indeed wanted out. And for me, that ends the speculation on whether we traded the wrong guy, because up until this point, it might have seemed like the possibility that JT Miller could have stayed and PD could have gone. But the tidbit today said that JT got anxious because there was a possible deal to Carolina for PD, and then Miller stepped up and told management he wanted out. So that's it for me. Done deal. And anyone else that says different at this point is choosing not to believe what's come out now. I don't think we're going to find anyone disputing it. It really doesn't matter anymore because it's all done. Tocchet's presser and then Jim Rutherford today seals the deal for me. As the great Bertuzzi once said, it is what it is. That's the past. Now, into the present and into the future, there are things to pick up the pieces from. We need to deal with certain things, namely PD's future performance, whether he can actually get healthy, and heaven help us, the future of Quinn Hughes. These are major, major issues for this organization and for this fan base. I've been pretty confident in Jim Rutherford and Patrick Allvin. They were a little too quiet for my liking at the trade deadline, and I'll cover that in a different video. But from here on out, it all remains to be seen until next season. 1, for performances, and 2, what they're actually going to be able to do with Quinn Hughes. This season is truly a mean, mean season. Thanks so much for being with me and spending some of your day watching this video. I have many more videos to come. It's just been one of the most insanely busy periods of my life professionally and personally, and I wish things were different with this team right now to be able to continue where we left off last summer to build on. I had so many other video ideas, but it is what it is. And so we are dealing with this spring and not last summer. But don't forget too, the purpose of this channel is the high-level overview of where this team and organization is going, the vision, the direction, and all set with one goal: winning that damn Stanley Cup. I hope you learned something. I know I did. Have a great day.